Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com, and today I'm going to show you how to emboss using a stencil. Actually, it's a stencil that you make yourself, so you probably want to have a digital cutter if you're going to follow along with this video. And then I'm using very special paper. I don't know that cardstock will be thick enough to do this, but you can give it a shot. I'm using, it's a clay-coated paper that's sold by Digital Art Seminars Studios, something like that. I'll have the link on my blog. But this paper, it's clay-coated, and on a digital cutter, it cuts like a dream. I get frustrated sometimes cutting cardstock, depending how humid it is, it frays, especially with all the intricate designs that I do. And so I found this paper is awesome cutting on my digital cutter. And so in this case, I've layered my stencils, so I have two of them sandwiched together and just taped together. I've done this in a different video as well. And it just helps with embossing. It makes things come out a little bit deeper. So I'm going to show you how to emboss with this, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining me, and here comes the project. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that metal, even the thin metal, is very, very sharp. So please be careful when you're using it. So I'm going to emboss metal today, and the cool thing, I don't know if you can really see, but I've used this stencil with molding paste and paint, and that's actually tan pastel. So by now it's got a lot of cool texture on it. So when I emboss with this, that texture is also going to be pulled into the metal. So I'm just using the thin sheet metal. This is actually colored. I'm going to use it so that the silver is the one that gets the embossed image into it. So I have to remember how to do these. This always screws me up. I have to remember how to do the sandwich on the Sizzix machine. I'm using the Big Shot. And so let me just go refresh my memory and I will be back. So this is actually the opposite of the embossing plate. I don't know if you've watched my videos where I've made my own embossing plate using my stencils and gel medium. And so this is actually the opposite. So you've still got the base, you've got the cutting plate. You want the part that's going to be embossed against, so I want the silver rather than the blue, against the stencil. And then you're going to put that onto the cutting plate. You're going to cover it with embossing rubber. And this is actually thinner than, actually, you know what? I think I need the extra tab. I'm going to flip over the tab because this is actually thinner than the embossing plate. So, and then, I don't know if I need an extra shim. Let me try this. That may be too much. Sometimes you need to shim, especially when you're embossing. And then your final cutting plate. Let's see if I engage it. Yep, that seems about right. So you want it where it's a little bit hard to push through, but not so hard that you're going to break your machine. So you'll kind of get the feel for it. I probably should have had that in the middle. Oops. I should have had that in the middle of the plate. So I'm just rolling it back through. And then all the way out. Lift everything off. And so now you'll see that's why you had to have the metal side that you wanted embossed against the stencil, because in this case the foam is pushing the metal through the stencil. And so if you pull it off, now you've got the embossed on the metal side, and I don't know if you can see this because it's so shiny, but see, it picked up all that texture that I had from using molding paste in and around the stencil. I just think that looks so cool. And so then you could obviously mount it on a card, tag, whatever mixed media project you're doing, and the debossed side looks equally nice. And then a lot of times what I'll do, just because the metal is so easily malleable, how's that for a phrase, I will run some gel or molding paste on the back. I just spread it so that it fills in the debossed side, so the indentations, and then the embossed side will hold its shape. So I hope you like that technique. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.